everyone, welcome to Sailing Along. I hope that all of us are sailing, maybe a little fast, maybe a little slow, but sailing towards whatever we are aiming for. Because I know that I have been sailing slow recently, but I am happy that I am sailing. So today I'm gonna share with you my story about what I am sailing into right now. So in my last video when I talked about how worse have I scored in my SAT in comparison to my last year, in comparison to the prep that I have done, how things did not turn out the way it should or the way I wanted it to be. But nevertheless, we have accepted the fact, and after the SAT scorecard recently coming out, we have accepted the fact because we did not had any other choice. Okay, so in those comments I read some, and somebody has wished me very good luck for my GDPI preparations, because that is exactly what I'm looking forward to. I was very upset with the fact that, oh, I missed this college. It could have been, and the questions that should I wait another year or should I not, all of it was hanging around at the corner. What I've told myself and what I want to tell you as well right now is that instead of pondering about, okay, I could have got this college, itne se reh gaya, and all of those thoughts, I have told myself that irrespective of the fact, whatever colleges that I have, I am wanting to convert my best call. So getting a call is not the end, right? Converting it is the end, and it gets more difficult because now the competition is very high, very high. It's neck to neck. So converting your call is very important. So for that, GDPI has to be perfect, and that's exactly what I'm preparing for. So leave the thoughts that, oh, this college. Instead, focus on the fact that, okay, I am ready, I pledge to convert my best call. And every time I get the thought about the colleges that I have missed this year, I try to rewire my brain and talk to myself saying that, Yashvi, that's not the thought that you need to indulge into right now. Instead, you must think that, okay, whichever calls that I have to convert them. That should be my focus. So that's the focus that I have set for myself, and I'm hoping that all of you too have. Now coming towards the main topic of this video is, how is my GDPI prep going on, and what am I doing, and how did I start? Now, GD is something that I am very confident about. Group discussions and all of those kind of areas is something that I was always fond of, even in my schools and colleges. So that's not something that I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is PI, my personal interview, and that's exactly what I screwed last year as well. So for my personal interview, how I have started is, first I made my CV, because I know that I have to take it to my personal interview and I have to submit it to the colleges as well. So I made my CV. I already had it. I had updated it with new sets of skills, with new work experience, with new references and different kind of ideas. I redrafted it a little with whatever I felt was okay, needed to be changed, and I made my CV. Now, once I made my CV, I uploaded it to ChatGPT and told it to give me insights about it. And that was the interesting part. That gave me, okay, this is what my CV says. So it gave me a very comprehensive idea about my CV. So that is actually what was needed, because last year when I went for PI, I was like, what? I don't need to prepare for PI. They're going to ask me about my life. I have lived my life. What do I need to prepare about it? Whatever they're going to ask, I'm going to respond. But this was the change of perspective. Whenever you respond in such a spontaneous situation, you just give the facts here and there. You just talk about things here and there, which does not make sense coherently. Individually, it might be great, but when you are here to draft a particular answer, it's just bits and pieces here and there. which does not make sense altogether, which does not convey the exact meaning that you want it to convey. So that is the reason that we need to do this. So thing number one, first and the foremost thing to do is make your CV. And to make your CV, you need to think about your life. You need to think about, okay, what I have done professionally which can go in my CV, which skills I must mention and which skills should be on the top of my CV rather than the bottom, which things that I can brush myself more upon and get it into my CV, which are some courses which I can take. You need to do this, and first of all you need to make your CV, because all the homework that you have done to make a CV is going to help you for your GDPI prep as well. So first things first, make your CV. To make your CV, you need to think, you need to introspect, you might talk to peers as well if that helps you, and get your things straight. And after making a CV, upload it on ChatGPT and get a comprehensive idea about what does your CV say, what's the tone of it, what does it mean, what are your highest accomplishment out of the all. So that is what you are going to get from the ChatGPT, and then prompt it to ask, what do you think are my greatest achievements from my CV. So it is going to give you some of your achievements, because this is one of the answers which is going to come to you again and again. So you can ask this question to ChatGPT. So as a human we might forget things. I might forget what I have done some years ago or in my college. So what I do is, whatever information I can recall, I give it all to ChatGPT. That I have done this, all the bits and pieces with the time, if I remember, with a degree, with a designation, with something exciting, if aha moment or some appreciation or some weakness or some things that, okay, did not go well, whatever I remember of me and my life at random point of time, I put it all into ChatGPT, because it has a memory and it keeps that memory. And it can give me comprehensive detail at the end of it. So that is what has helped me a lot, because many a times when I sit with a question, I forget things. I forget what I have done 5 years ago. I forget the exact point of view which I want to talk about. So this is what ChatGPT has helped me a lot in gathering information, retrieving it, and not just retrieving in a proper format which I can be using to draft my answers, to draft my script, to draft my point of views as well. So that's my highest of recommendation. 2 things to be precise. First is make your CV, and second is use ChatGPT at your best. Use it as your friend, as a friend who remembers everything from your life and helps you to recall it at the moment when you forget it. So it's amazing. Put in your details, put in your information, ask ChatGPT, okay, ask me questions about my life. So it is going to ask you questions and you have to answer it, and eventually you will discover something that you might have not discovered if you would have been just sitting with yourself and thinking. So it's interesting, it's amazing, it's astonishing. Once you do it, you would realize it. So that's my most 2 important tips for the GDPI preparation. Make your CV, and second, make use of ChatGPT at your best, because it is there, AI is there, and we must use it. That's it for today's video. Let me know what would you like to know more about my preparation or anything else regarding my MBA journey in the comment section, and I'll definitely cover it in the responses at the next video. Thank you so much. I hope you loved sailing along.